Okay, fam, welcome back. So today we're going to be going over our buy, sells, and dividends for the week of November 10th through November 16th. So with that being said, let's get it. All right, so I know this video is coming a little bit late. I've had a very busy week, so I haven't had a chance to get around to this just yet until now. So let's go ahead and get into the content. All right, so the first thing I'm going to go over here is like all the details of the dividends, the buys, sells, profits, all that stuff, and then we'll get into the weeds a bit. So in terms of the M1 Finance dividends, you guys can see here that during that week, and again, I'm aware this is coming out a little bit late. Usually we don't do that, but it's been kind of a busy last 10 days or so. All right, so in terms of that week, we got basically a penny from Texas Instruments, and then a total of, it looks like, 45 cents from HRZN. So a whopping 46 cents. Woohoo. But again, you guys got to understand we're not really fully focused on passive income investing right now. Okay, we are literally in the midst of a massive crypto bull run that really has just started. Okay, it hasn't even really begun to kick off yet. We have just gotten started in this. So we told you guys this before that we were going to be focused much more heavily on crypto as the bull run continues, right? So this will eventually change. We'll have more passive income here, but as of right now, that's not really the focus. So going over here to the Grayscale Trust, you guys have probably been wondering about this. It is still the same. We have not had any additional trades. It's just literally as it is. Probably going to wait for ETCG to probably at least double, maybe triple in price, then consider taking profit. I think it's just a matter of time before that happens. I think the Grayscale trusts have been very undervalued, and I think they have had too much time not being bullish enough. So when the bullish moves happen, I do think they're going to be much more explosive and much quicker than people expect. All right, so okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and go over the details of everything in terms of all the numbers and stuff. So Robinhood dividends. So we got $41.49 from WiMAX, $467.63 from Coney, $28.43 from QDTE, YMAG, $50.87, XDTE, $20.83. So the total for that comes out to $609.25. In terms of the buys that we have had, so we had Coney, XDTE, AIPI, CLSK, Filecoin, Horizon Dash, looks like Scale and Render. So some of those are, you have some AI, some dividend paying stocks, crypto stocks, and some native crypto in there. Okay. All right. So in terms of the profits, only one profit. So that is XDTE. We took $25.74 in profit on that. In terms of the position that we've actually sold, so we've sold XDTE, TSLP, and SPYT. Now that's actually going to be for this week, but the reason why we're including it in the previous week's buy, sells, and dividends, which is what we're going over now, is because we've actually unloaded all of those shares, roughly about 10,000 in total, to get out of those to be able to position that money over the next coming weeks and months into crypto. Okay. Now, eventually, when crypto goes massively in profit and we make serious money on it, we'll flip the trade. Okay, we'll take the money from the profit from crypto and move it back into those same positions that we used to have. All right, so we got the profit. So $64 in premiums on Soxel. I'll go over that in a minute. So $673.71 for the week. Now we did have to pay about $3,200 to get out of. Yeah, we had to pay about $3,200 in total to get out of CLSK and Mara because, again, we weren't patient enough to wait for the price to go back to up to break even. So cost us some money to get out of those covered calls. But again, we're not too worried about it because Mara, we're completely out of the position. We don't have it anymore. Okay, but CLSK, we're still adding to it. I'll get to that in a minute. Okay, so the native crypto here, actually, before I even do that, let's go over the Webull. So Webull, you guys can see we still have the same shares. I think ORX is probably going to go higher. It has kind of broken this high here, so maybe up to right around 1150 or 1270. So we're waiting to get as close to break even to get out of this and move the money over to Robinhood. It's just the one position, just the 84 shares, and we have not done anything else here yet. Okay, so let's go ahead and actually, before I do this, let's go ahead and go over the dividends. Okay, so you guys can see that we have added a lot of shares here on Coney. Okay, we have about 300 shares in total. You can also see that we have now 700 total shares of CLSK, so I'll go over that in a minute. Okay, so we're going to go over the dividends here. And since I'm on here, we'll go over the buys as well. So average cost, 22.17, 298 shares total. I do expect Coinbase to continue to go up massively. It's not even overbought yet on the weekly time frame, so there is a lot of upside here. So I'm going to click on the transaction history. All right, so you can see over the last basically 12 hours, we bought about 60 shares of Coney. So there's the dividends right there. You can see the buys that we've had during that week. So 1.91 shares, 1.98 shares, and 3.89 shares. Okay, just waiting for this thing to load. I don't know what the hell is taking so long. Sorry about that. Okay, next one here. So taking a look at YMAX. So we haven't bought any more shares. We're kind of just sitting on them at the moment, but you can see the dividend here, 41.49. Okay, next one here, QTTE. Don't know if we bought any of this during that week or not. We're about to find out right now. I don't think we did. No, so we haven't bought any more yet. So 28.43 there. Okay, so next one here, YMAG. YMAG is actually holding up pretty good, which is great. I mean, that's obviously good. I mean, Tesla going to the moon obviously helps the price of YMAG substantially, right? And NVIDIA has earnings on Wednesdays, so if the markets like what they see, NVIDIA is probably going to rip to the moon as well, which would further push up the price of this ETF. So $50.87 here on YMAG. Okay, so you guys are not going to see SPYT, TSLP, and XTTE in here. As you guys can see, it's gone because we decided to go ahead and cash them out. So I'm actually going to have to type this one in. And again, eventually we will get back into these positions. It wouldn't take that long for us to rebuild these. We're not too concerned about it, but we need to have some extra capital on the side to be able to get into these crypto plays before crypto really starts ripping to the moon, because again, we're not even in alt season yet. You guys think we're in alt season because alts are going up. No, we're not even in alt season yet. I'm telling y'all right now. Okay, so so you can see the different transactions here. So you can see basically we I don't know how to explain this. So we got in here, sold here for a profit. Then went ahead and bought back in, and then of course we sold again. We got the dividend here, and we did add some here, but you guys can obviously see that the amount that we bought here is more than we sold for. So yes, we did take a small loss on that. Not too concerned about it, but that's for this week. That's not for the last week. Okay, so that covers those two. Now we're going to go over AIPI. I'll double back around to the crypto plays here in a minute. Okay, so we added one share on the 15th, as you can see there. Of course, you know, when the prices are down, I mean, it makes sense just to add more, because why wouldn't you, right? You're getting more passive income for less money. It just makes sense. Okay, so I'm actually gonna go over. Yeah, you know what? I'll go over CLSK right now. We'll just talk about that right now. Okay. I was going to do the native crypto first, but we'll just do that first. So, okay, so here's kind of the theory with Coney, okay? So I'm actually going to go over the charts with you guys on Coinbase and CLSK in this video. All right, usually I wouldn't do this, but I'm going to go ahead and do it today. Okay, so why I think Coinbase is going to continue to go up, and I'm going to show you guys right now, okay? So MSTR is strictly tied to Bitcoin, okay? MicroStrategy, at least as far as I know, does not have any exposure to anything besides Bitcoin, okay? So when Bitcoin's going up, MicroStrategy will go up. But when anything in crypto is going up, including Bitcoin, any altcoin, any cryptocurrency that can be traded on Coinbase, that's anything going up at all crypto related is likely going to pump the price of Coinbase. Okay. Coinbase is a total crypto play. MSTR is a Bitcoin play. You need to understand the difference here. Okay. So MSTR is overbought. Do I think it could go higher? Absolutely. We already talked about this. The target for the Fibonacci's is like absolutely stupid. I think it's like $500 or something like that. So yeah, roughly about $530. So we're pretty far away from that. But Coinbase, on the other hand, is just starting to rip. Okay, it's barely even done anything at all. And again, if I give you guys the Fibonacci retracement level here, if you guys think Coinbase can't pull an MSTR, you really have no idea what's coming. Okay, so it could be anywhere from $500 to $730 on Coinbase. That absolutely could happen. Again, look at these charts. Okay, MSTR just absolutely stupid. Coinbase has not even done anything like that yet. Okay, and you notice on the RSI, we're not even overbought on Coinbase yet, so this thing has a lot of time left to run up. So my thesis on Coney here is this thing could, by the time the crypto bull run peaks, this thing could easily, and I'm not kidding when I say this, easily hit $30 to $40 a share on Coney. Okay. I could even be being a little bit conservative here. So the goal here is we're going to continue to add money to Coney and to CLSK specifically until we get in a profit. All right. So for Coney, as of right now, our target is around $30. So if it hits $30, which I think it could easily do, that would be, about an $8 per share profit. 300 shares as of right now, that would be about, I think, like $2,400 in gains or something like that. Plus we would get the initial investment back. And again, I mean, Coinbase, it's not even overbought yet, and we haven't had an alt season yet either. So retail really hasn't even come into the space yet. So there's a lot of upside in my opinion. Okay, so CLSK now. I'm going to talk about this one, and we'll just go ahead and we'll do a rehash in the next video we do on this, but we'll talk about CLSK a little bit more in depth in this video too. Okay, so CLSK, basically you guys know my thesis on this. We didn't think we were actually going to get a second pullback on CLSK because again, it just took off like a rocket. Usually when it does that, it doesn't have another pullback. So the fact that it had a pullback, in my opinion, is just another rare golden opportunity to get in. Again, you can see the EMAs are getting ready to get this golden cross, right? What happened last time this happened? Okay. We went from $4.51 about the same time a year ago, believe it or not. Gee, coincidence? I don't know. So we went from $5 to about $25 on CLSK. We're just now getting the golden cross, okay? And I know this might sound ridiculous, but if we get a 5x again, that would put CLSK, it would take it from about $12.50 to $50, okay? Again, $50, is that impossible? I don't think so. This white line, which again measures the, well, okay, maybe, I don't know why TradingView keeps doing this, y'all, sorry. So, all right, let's get this thing back in line here. I don't know what the heck is going on here, why it's doing that. So do I think $50 is impossible going out to June of 2025, which is the middle of next year? No, it could easily hit that, okay? But even if it doesn't, even if it just goes to somewhere between 35 to 40, that's still a huge gain, okay? That's massive. All right, so it is in this buy zone right now, so we're going to continue buying probably every single day on CLSK until this thing eventually rips and goes into profit. You can see the first resistance zone is up here between 21 to 24. That's kind of our target area. It could easily go higher than that, but you guys can see that we've gone from 23.50 a share down to 17.09. Okay, we have 700 shares. We intend to add even more than that to this. As long as this thing is down, we're going to add to it, and eventually it will pop. Again, the target here is somewhere around $25. So $8 a share times 700 shares, about $5,600 in profit. Okay, so, and again, Bitcoin, in my opinion, is not done yet. Okay, as long as Bitcoin is going up, as long as crypto is going up, these miners are probably going to rip to the moon. And I do not think that Bitcoin is going to have a major pullback until around 120, maybe even as high as 140,000. Again, when Bitcoin rips to the moon, after the breakout point, it usually goes up for at least 4, maybe 6 to 8 weeks before a major pullback. All right. So, give me a second. I'm trying to get this thing up here. All right. So we're going over the history here. You guys can see the cost that it cost us to get out. Again, am I worried about it? Not really, because if this thing goes to $25, we're going to double that. Not too concerned about it. So we put a put on here, took the put off, I think, at some point. We've just been buying shares off the market. Okay, 50 here on the 15th, 50 on the 15th, 100 on the 15th, 100, another 100 on the 15th, and then 100 today, and then another 100 today. You guys can see we've just been piling into this thing. Again, the gap had to get filled. Once that got filled, it could go up after that. Wouldn't surprise me. And again, like I said, we did not think we were going to get another pullback on that one. Okay, so native crypto. Let's talk about native crypto. Now, in terms of the targets we're looking at, I'll tell you guys the numbers right off the bat, okay, once I go through all these, but we'll talk about the actual technicals of it in a separate video. So you can see we bought some Filecoin here, so 21.5 tokens on the 16th, and then another roughly 85 also on the 16th. Okay, next one here, we got Horizon. And again, a lot of these altcoins have just barely even started moving. We're technically not really in an alt season yet, even though they're going up. I did tell you guys that the alts will probably go up as Bitcoin goes up, but we're not really going to see the explosive moves probably until Q1 or until the Bitcoin dominance falls off a cliff. We have not, neither one of those have come true yet. Okay. So on the 10th, 2.25 tokens and 34.25 tokens, or 2.6 or 0.26. I mean, okay, so that's Horizon, and then Dash. We've loaded up on this one as well. This one's barely moved, so in my opinion, it's a steal at this point. So on the 15th, 0.75, 16th, 3.43. Again on the 16th, 6.64, and on the 17th, 3.63. Chronos, I don't think we haven't added any to this. So Chronos and AIOZ are in profit. We're just basically waiting for these to eventually hit our targets, which again, we will talk about those in a separate video as to what those are. Okay, so Scale, this is another one that we have. I actually got to open this up so y'all can see it. As soon as it wants to load. Okay, there we go. All right, so you can see we added 8,350 tokens here on the 11th. On the 12th, 500, then another 510 on the 13th, another roughly 490 on the 13th, 500 on the 14th, 250 on the 14th, and another 2,230 on the 17th. So the only two tokens that we have currently that are actually, well, three that are in profit is AIOZ, Horizon, and Crow. But again, we're looking for at least a double our money on Crow, and AIOZ, we're looking for roughly about a 5x on this one at a minimum. We'll talk about the levels later in a different video. And the last one here is Render. So you can see we bought roughly about 29 tokens here on the 16th. Okay, so in terms of CLSK, we're probably just going to buy I don't know exactly how we're going to do this, but we're either going to buy Coney every single day or probably 10 shares of CLSK every single day until we eventually get that pop and they start ripping to the moon. Then we look to take profit. In terms of native crypto, we plan on adding at least, I'd say probably about $80 to $100 a day, 7 days a week, until eventually these things start ripping to the moon. Which again, based on the Bitcoin's kind of just sitting around right now, so alts are kind of popping off to the moon. That's to be expected, but again, we really haven't seen much of an alt season yet. Okay, the Bitcoin dominance is kind of chopping around, but we haven't. What we're looking for is something like this. Okay, this is what we're looking for right here. We have not seen that yet. So yeah, we're kind of in this right here, but we haven't seen this. Okay. So once again, I'll say, like I said before, alt season really hasn't even begun. So we're still looking to accumulate. We still think we're early in this, and you guys are early as well. All right. So I hope you all enjoyed this content. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.